Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Today, we're going to try and find out if Forza is broken. What I mean by that is when you're doing this tuning, if you've done as much tuning as I have, you notice that some of the tuning that you do, it just doesn't make sense. It wouldn't work if you were doing it in a real car. So, is the tuning in Forza broken? Is what we want to find out. This is the 720S Spyder, McLaren 720S Spyder. Let's put some upgrades on this car, and then we're going to test it. I'll do some crazy tuning to it, stuff that would never work in a real car, and we'll see if it's competitive. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the tires 27.5, 27.5. The gears 250 final drive, 410 first, 305 second, 235 third, 192 fourth, 162 fifth, 140 sixth, 125 seventh, 115 eighth. The alignment's negative 1.5. Negative 0.5, 005 degree front caster angle. We're going to skip over the anti-roll bars and springs. The damping's 9.7, 14, 6.0, 8.7. That's stock. That's how that came. The arrow, I released the downforce on the rear arrow to 380. Brake balance and pressure we're not going to touch. And differential set at zeros for the front, 85-33 in the back, and then 80% center balance. We're going to see how this car performs like this, and then I'm going to break the tune, and we'll see how it performs. So remember, the purpose here is to see if the tuning in Forza is broken, and I believe that it is. Looks like I have traction on. That's okay. You can see that it's actually doing pretty well. The first lap we ran about a 102, second lap at 59. That's pretty good. It's not incredibly fast, but it's not an issue either. It's performing just fine. We'll probably get a couple better laps than that, maybe. Or maybe that's where we'll end up at. But it's good to know where we're at. That's what we care about. Don't actually care if the tune is great or if it's OP or if it's meta. None of that actually matters. So what matters is the numbers that we're getting. We're trying to see some data. That's all I want to get right now, is some data on how the car performs. Another 59, maybe a 1 minute, maybe, but very low 1 minute 59s where we're at there. Okay, so we ran about a 603 with a best lap of 59.673. So pretty standard stuff here. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to do some tuning. I'm going to actually try and break the tune. All right, so we're going to come here, and this is the standard anti-roll bars. We're going to go ahead and throw a 1 on the front and a 65 in the back, which is something you couldn't do in a real car, right? I mean, it's pretty typical here for all-wheel drive to do that, so it's not like I'm breaking any news here. But we're also going to go here to the springs. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to do it as low as we can go in the front and as high as we can go in the back. So let's change that, and we're going to see how the tune runs. Oh, would you guys care to guess what's going to happen? I don't know. I haven't driven this car like this before, but I know those settings are not ideal if we were in an actual car. So any guesses before we race what's going to happen? We're going to have better lap times or worse? Let me know in the comment section now what you think's going to happen before you see it. We've changed nothing besides the anti-roll bars and the springs from the original tune. So our first lap last time was a 102. We ran a 101 this time. 59.6. 59.6. 59.3. All right, and the final lap, we've been running like very consistently, right around 59.6 consistently every single lap, except for the first lap, of course, ran a 101.8. So I think the results are pretty conclusive already that you can't rely on, well, you can't think about tuning in Forza the same way you would think about tuning a real car. It just doesn't behave that way. So you kind of got to throw out anything you think you know about tuning as a car person and do whatever the game dictates you to do. And it's basically more like car hacks than it is car tuning, is what I would argue. Last race we ran a 6:03 with a 59.6 best lap, and in this one with the broken tuning we ran a 6:01 race time with a 59.3 best lap. Let's try and break the tune even more. We're going to go here into the damping, and we're going to make the front as soft as possible and the rear as tough as possible, just to see what happens. I've never done this before. This is testing live right here in the show. And it says you should put your back 50% of your front, so that's what we'll use. We'll go 220, 110. Let's apply that and give it another couple laps. See how that does. I mean, this should break it, right? Guess right now, do you think that's going to break the tune? Let me know what you think in the comment section below before you see what happens. I have no idea what's going to happen. .1025. .59.8. All right, so we ran a 6:04.6 that time with a 59.8 lap time. So the question is, how much does tuning really matter, and is the tuning broken? I think you could say undoubtedly that the tuning is in fact broken. It doesn't work the way it would if we were driving a real car. That much is a given. Does that matter though? I don't know. As long as you know what you're getting into, right? Like, as long as it's the same for everybody across the board, then that's fine. But you need to know that when you're tuning these cars, you can't think about it as if they're real cars, because they're not. So in that sense, the tuning is broken, but as long as it's broken the same across the board, then it's manageable, right? All right, so my name is Mike, and thanks for watching, everybody. You can catch me on Twitch at still NFAC, that's one word, and on YouTube at Not Fooling Around Crew, that's two words. You can join us at the Not Fooling Around Crew Discord server, that's linked in my bio, and the SNFA racing team is always looking for new members. Does not matter your skill level. So that's it for me, everybody. Catch you on the next video. I'm out.